Laura, are you there? Guess what? I have a huge announcement to make.
Oh, it's you. What do you want?
What kind of way is that to greet an old friend, huh? We used to be so close. Why are you going to act like this when I've barely even said anything to you?
We may have been friends, but we are not friends now. Not to mention the fact that our kids don't even go to the same school anymore. So we don't have that as an excuse to talk. And moreover, that was probably the nicest way that I could have reacted to you, considering the fact that you stole my husband away from me. In fact, the only reason that I got your message was because I forgot to block your number. So thanks for reminding me, and goodbye.
Wait, no, hold on! The whole reason I messaged you is because I have a huge announcement for you. If you block me now, then you'll never know what it was.
And just what is this announcement of yours?
Well, first of all, enough time has passed since you and Copper broke up, so now him and I have officially been able to get married.
Okay then, is that all you wanted to tell me?
Of course not. I have one more thing. I'm pregnant with Cooper's baby.
You are going to be having Coop's kid.
I'm sure you're just so jealous, aren't you? We don't know whether it's going to be a boy or a girl yet. But I'm sure you must be furious now that I'm pregnant with the child of the man that you loved.
Right. So then, is that all that you had to say to me?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, were those the big announcements that you wanted to make?
Of course they were. And aren't they just the best news you've ever heard? To have the child of the man that you love, isn't that every woman's dream?
I don't really like to make a habit of speaking for all women, but if you really think that's good news, then I guess I have to say that I'm impressed by you.
More like jealous, you mean? I bet that you've been trying your hardest to forget all about your time with Cooper, and now I've gone and brought back all those painful memories, huh?
I actually have already forgotten all about him. Coop who? And anyways, with both of you out of my life, I've been able to concentrate on my career and I have tons of free time to pursue whatever I want. In fact, this conversation is actually interrupting something right now.
What do you mean? What is it interrupting?
That's my business. You have a nice life. I'm going to go now.
I get it. You're upset because now that you're a single mother, you're going to have to work all day around the clock, huh? You'll be poor and never have time for anything. And now that I've stolen Cooper from you, I'll be living a rich and easy life while you struggle for every little thing. Anyways, I may have more news for you in the future, so don't go blocking me yet. Laura, are you there? Man, who knew that being pregnant would be this difficult? I'm doing my best to keep all the pregnancy pounds off, but it isn't easy. At least the morning sickness seems to have quieted down for now. But a pregnant woman can never let her guard down, you know? Even Coop is working hard to make sure that we have enough money for when this little one arrives. He's at work from sunup and doesn't come home until late at night. All because he's working so hard for his new family. Oh man, my belly is huge now. I really hope that I don't get any stretch marks because of this. But I have to say that I'm just so happy with my life right now. Oh, right, that reminds me. I had a quick favor to ask you. Once I have this kid, I want you to stop talking to Coop's parents, okay? Oh, and one more big thing. We found out that we're going to be having a boy. You know what that means, right? It means that I'm going to give birth to an heir that's going to be able to take over Coop's business when he's ready. You only ever had some lousy daughter who was never going to be able to achieve anything by herself. But I guess this just proves that I was the right girl for Cooper all along, since I gave him a son on the first try. Laura! Laura, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I gave birth to my son yesterday, and there were 0 complications. He's the spitting image of his father, and I just know that he's going to grow up to be a great man like him, too. But I've never actually met Cooper's parents. In fact, they don't want to meet me because they don't think I'm the right girl for him. Can you believe that they would say something like that about me? After I gave them a male grandchild?
They're one of your life updates again, Donna.
You finally responded! I was wondering if I was talking to a wall or if you were really there reading my messages in silence. I guess you finally accepted the truth about the situation, huh? Was it finally having my son that made it all sink in?
I don't know what you want me to say to that. Congrats on the kid, I guess?
That's a start.
But are you sure you know who the father of that kid is?
What do you mean?
Well, I just don't think that the two of you are going to be cut out to raise that kid. It would probably just be better if you handed him over to his real dad to take care of him, don't you think?
What are you talking about? This is our son. This is the child that Cooper and I had together.
So then you're telling me you guys had some kind of fertility treatment going on?
What are you talking about? There was nothing like that at all. This is a totally natural baby made the old-fashioned way.
So basically, it was a natural birth, is what you're saying. If that's the case, then I really don't think it's possible that that kid is actually Cooper's.
That doesn't make any sense. You're just jealous, and so you're just trying to get into my head. Well, it's not gonna work, you hear me? I know the facts, and that's all that matters. Missed call? Missed call? Laura, are you there? Please, you need to pick up the phone right now. You were the one who called my ex-husband, weren't you? He showed up at our house demanding a paternity test for Cooper and I's kid. He seems to think that it's his and not Cooper's.
I guess you still haven't figured it out yet then, huh?
Figured out what? What is going on here?
Well, the thing is that Cooper can't have kids. He's impotent.
He's what? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke?
No, it really is true. His body just can't produce enough sperm to get anyone pregnant.
That isn't a thing. You're lying to me.
It's true. Even our daughter. We adopted from an agency when she was only 4 years old.
Wait, is that true?
It is. Cooper refused to look into any kind of treatment for his condition. So it was the only way that we could have any kids together.
You're lying. You have to be lying right now.
Well, you came to me telling me that you were pregnant not that long after you ran off with Cooper. So if you were thinking about how long it takes to tell that you're pregnant, then that means there is a high chance that insemination occurred while you were still with your husband. In other words, it's quite likely that it is in fact your ex-husband's kid.
Are you kidding me? That can't be right.
Well, do you want to know what Cooper told me the day that he left me? He said that you had actually already had a kid, which proved that you were fertile. He seemed to think that you were his last chance to try and have a natural child. He refused to acknowledge that he was the problem and ran off with you instead.
That can't be right. Please, tell me that it isn't true.
It really is. If you doubt me, you can go and ask Cooper's parents. They know about this. If anything, that's probably why they want nothing to do with either of you now. Although, they can't just cut him off since Cooper is paying them back after they paid off his legal fees from our divorce.
I don't even know what to say. You horrible, horrible woman. This is all your fault. He took my son. He took my son and got custody of him. I thought that moms were always supposed to get custody. This isn't fair! You ruined everything! What am I supposed to do now, huh?
I take it that your ex-husband sued for the right to raise your son.
That's right. He took Coop and I's son away from us. How could he do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Now he has custody over both my children, and I have nothing.
Well, you were the one who said that you were going to have Cooper's son and that you didn't need any other kid in your life.
But that's because Coop's son was going to take over his dad's company one day. I didn't any other kid if I had one to do that.
Don't tell me that you didn't know about that either.
What do you mean? What are you hiding from me?
Well, first of all, Coop, as you know, is not the president of the company. That position still belongs to his father. The next president was never going to be Coop, because his father already chose me to succeed him.
Wait a second. So, you're going to take over Coop's family business?
That's right. And I think that Coop's dad is going to retire quite soon, actually.
But I thought that Coop would take over. Why would they give you that job?
It's a really long story, but I swear to you that I'm telling the truth.
I still want to know what happened. I deserve to know.
Well, if you want me to try and summarize it, basically, Coop's parents didn't want a man who only thinks with what is between his legs running a company. Not to mention how irresponsible he is with money.
So then what does Coop even do at work?
Well, before his affair with you came to light, he was still on track for a successful career here. But after everything came out, he basically was demoted by his father and given a huge pay cut. Now he's just like any other employee there.
So he's not even upper management or anything? I really didn't know about this at all. What do you mean he's bad with money?
Well, you should know best of all. After all, he pretty much drove himself into debt trying to impress you with all the fancy things he bought for you.
What does that mean, though?
It means that he owes his parents about $30,000 in the form of personal loans. Well, his parents and other loan sharks.
Cooper is $30,000 in debt?
He is, and that's why I suggested to your ex-husband that he would be better suited to raise his son rather than you.
I don't believe it. How could you do this?
I just couldn't stand the thought of a poor child being raised by the likes of you and Cooper.
This is really bad. I basically burnt through my savings in the divorce with my ex-husband and thought that Cooper was going to be able to buy my way out of this trouble. But now I know he doesn't even have any money either. I thought I was going to be living in the lap of luxury. Things weren't supposed to happen this way.
Donna was sure that by having a son, she would have secured her place in Cooper's family by being the mother of their eventual heir to the company. But in the end, Donna's recklessness resulted in the child being taken away and raised by his real father. After that, Donna and Coop began to fight every single day. But without any help from family and with both of them still drowning in debt, they had no choice but to stay together and downgrade to living in a tiny apartment. And since neither of them were confident enough to make it on their own, they still haven't gotten a divorce. I hear that Donna found a job and ended up having an affair with her boss that resulted in her being sued by Coop. You would think she would have learned her lesson, but I guess some things just don't stick.
Hey, Jen, I'm so sorry about dinner last night. Not your fault. I know it's not, but I absolutely hate how Mom treated you. I'm used to it by now. Look, I know she's living with you, so you have to stay on her good side. But she has always been the source of all my problems. She's the reason my self-esteem is at basically 0. So, I've decided that I can't see her anymore. What? But what about me? When will I see you? Not while Mom's around. Let me talk to her. If I can get her to apologize, will that help? Apologize for how terrible she was at dinner, or apologize for the lifetime of neglect? Either way, it's not going to work. I finally have a good job and a good boyfriend, and I can't let Mom derail that with her constant insults. Sorry, Sally. I'm done. Please. I don't want to lose you. I can't kick Mom out because she has nowhere else to go, but I don't want to lose my sister either. Sally, I love you. But you can't possibly understand how much that woman has demolished my self-esteem. She's my mother, too. I know how you feel better than anyone. Do you? Come on, Sally, even you know that's total BS. She doted on you all our lives while I was the one who was always too fat and too ugly. Do you remember what she gave you for your 8th birthday? What does that have to do with anything? She gave you a new bike, the exact model that you asked for. And do you remember what she gave me for my 8th birthday? Nothing, because she forgot. And when you reminded her, she got all pissy and drove us to Denny's for my birthday dinner. Do you remember that? Yes. And she wouldn't even tell the waiter it was my birthday because she didn't want them to give us a free ice cream. Yeah, I know. That's terrible. She's terrible. She's terrible to me, Sally. She's the perfect mother to you. I wouldn't say that. I mean, she's living here rent-free. And when I came out, she refused to even look at my girlfriend until I forced her to invite her over. Yes, but she got over that pretty quickly. And her reaction to Kate is nothing compared to last night. As soon as I mentioned Richard... Well, you were there. Honestly, Sally, I'm finally feeling good about myself. I finally have my life together. And any interaction with Mom is just gonna make me spiral backward. You understand, right? I do. And I'm sorry. It's not your fault. And I know you don't actually like having her in your house, but for now, I'm going to have to keep my distance, okay? Fine. But I'll miss you. I'll miss you too. Hi, honey. I'm at the supermarket now. Is there anything you need me to pick up? You're shopping? Just a few things. With what money exactly? I still have your card, remember? Mom, please don't buy anything. We're fully stocked here, and I'd rather do the shopping myself. Of course, dear. I'm sorry. You've been such a blessing in my life, and I don't want to seem like a leech. Thank you. Also, there's something I wanted to talk about. Over text? Uh-oh. What do you mean? Oh, honey, you know you're not good at confronting things. Like last night at dinner, you barely said a word when the conversation got heated. I know that if you need to tell me something serious, you'll do it over text. It's cute, really. You're such a kind person that you can't do face-to-face confrontations. It's one of the reasons I love you so much. So what's the big drama this time? Is Jen continuing to make bad choices? Mom, Jen said she doesn't want to see you anymore. Which means I won't get to see her while you're around. Oh, what a shame. Is that all you're gonna say? Honey, you heard about Jen's poor life choices lately. I think it's probably for the best that we cut and run. Mom! She's your daughter. How can you be so casual when she says she wants to cut you from her life? Were you even listening when she told us about her boyfriend? Of course I was. I'm happy for them. Happy? Sally, she's dating her boss, who is 15 years older than her, and married. No daughter of mine is going to sleep with a married man to get a promotion. First of all, Richard isn't her boss. He's the head of a different department. And Jen is amazing at her job. She thinks she'll be promoted by the end of the year, and then the two of them will be equals in the company. Right. And he has nothing to do with her promotion. He's from a different department. And second, he isn't married. He's been divorced for 6 months now. He got a divorce after they met, right? She had nothing to do with Richard's divorce. And who are you to talk? You've been married 3 times. Exactly. And each time ended because of another woman. I know harlots when I see them. Are you calling your own daughter a harlot? And who even uses that word anymore? Sally, you only see the good in people. It's a wonderful skill, but it's also extremely damaging. You can't see your sister for who she really is. She's using Richard to get a rich husband and a good job. You know she's only successful because of him. She's successful because she works hard. She's better off than I am. Don't say that. You know I'm prouder of you than anything else in my life. Including Jen? Well, yes. Including Jen. Mom, I can't let you treat my sister like this. Not if you want to keep me in your life too. Not if you want to continue to stay with me. What are you saying? I'm saying that you need to apologize to Jen for everything. You need to get over all your wild assumptions and finally be a loving mother. You need to treat Jen the same way you treat me. Is that really what you want? Yes. If it means keeping both you and Jen in my life, then yes, I need you to get over yourself and make amends. Is that clear, Mom? Absolutely. I'll send her a text. No, you, me, and Jen are going to have a do-over dinner tonight. We're going to talk through all these issues and finally be a family again. Okay. Thank you. And don't spend any more of my money, okay? Sorry, I'm in the checkout line right now. Jen, please talk to me. I thought you understood where I was coming from. I do, and I don't accept it. What? I don't accept that our family is so irreparably broken that we have to stop seeing each other. I love you and Mom. And I can't just sit by and let us all drift apart. All throughout childhood, I kept quiet when Mom was very obviously playing favorites. I should have said something then. I should have defended you. But you're my big sister, and I felt so awkward. And I literally can't handle this kind of confrontation. But I have to now, because I can't lose you. Okay. Okay? Really? Great! So come here for dinner tonight. Is 6 okay? It will just be you, me, and Mom. We have a lot to talk about. And if it doesn't work out, I'll understand if you want to go no contact. But we have to try. Is that acceptable? Yes. Great! If Richard can come too. What? That's my deal. I'll give Mom one more chance, but only if she meets my boyfriend and accepts that he's in my life. Okay, I accept those terms. Thanks. You're still not home? No, I had a few more errands to run. Okay, but I will be checking my bank statement tonight. I hope you're not spending any more of my money. Of course not, dear. Do you need me to come home and help prepare dinner? No, I got it covered. Just be here at 6. Of course. I wouldn't dream of missing it. And I wanted to give you a heads up. I know. I'll be on my best behavior. I'll make sure that Jen thinks I love her equally. Yes, that's important. But also, I wanted you to know that Richard is joining us for dinner too. Richard? You better not change your mind about coming to dinner. Does he have to come? Yes. Jen says that's the only way she'll agree to give you a second chance. And trust me, you'll like him. He's very funny. You've met him before? Yes, several times. He acts much younger than he is. Really, he's a great guy. And even if he wasn't, it's not your place to say anything. You met him and you didn't tell me? Mom, you're still coming to dinner, right? 6 o'clock. I'll be there. Any other nasty surprises I should know about? See you at 6. Mom, where are you? Dinner's ready. Everyone else is here. Sorry, honey, I'm running late. It would have been nice if you told me before. When will you get here? Soon. When? So Richard is there? Yes, we're all waiting for you. Let me guess, is he sitting next to Jen? Does he have his arm around her? Is he leading the conversation? Are you outside watching us or something? No, I'm just guessing. I know his type. Mom! Sorry, but I'm right, aren't I? I am not in the mood for this. Tonight is your last chance. And where are you? I'm close. I'll be there soon. Be here in the next 10 minutes or we're done. You can pack your bags. Fine. You're still not here. Mom! I'm sorry, honey, but I'm not coming. What? It's okay. It's okay if I lose Jen, and I know I'll never lose you. I thought I made myself clear. This is your only chance. If you bail on this dinner, I'm going to kick you out. You're forcing me to side with Jen, and I don't want to side with anyone. I just want us to be a family. I know you do. And I know you won't kick me out. You'll never turn your back on me, no matter what you say. That's why you're my favorite daughter. Sally, are you still there? Seriously, Mom? Jen is crying in the other room and Richard is comforting her. They're seconds away from leaving. What the hell? Hi, dear. What is your problem with her? How could her own mother treat her like this? Do you really want to know? Yes. Answer my question. What was the question again? How could you treat Jen like this? Because I'm not her mother. What? I should have told you this a long time ago. I'm sorry I didn't. You're my daughter, and I love you. But before you were born, your Aunt Kathy got pregnant. She was sleeping with her boss. When he found out that she was carrying his child, he fired her and ordered her to stay away from him. Obviously, she couldn't raise a baby by herself. She was single and jobless. So I volunteered to help. Aunt Kathy is Jen's real mom? Yes. And she didn't die in a car accident like I told you. She died in childbirth. To protect everyone, I took in the baby as my own. Oh my God! That explains why you never treated her the same way you treated me. Honey, I treated you both equally, even though you were my favorite. Don't lie to yourself. You never saw Jen as a real daughter, did you? Well, she's not. Not biologically, but you raised her as a daughter. She deserved a mother just like everyone else. I tried, okay? I tried to love her the way that I loved you, but I just couldn't. And now she's following in her real mother's footsteps. Sleeping with her boss, making terrible decisions. She's going to end up just like Kathy. None of this is her fault, Mom. You lied to her since she was born. You lied to both of us. To protect you. And a lot of good that did. She spent her life thinking that her mother hated her. If you took on the responsibility of raising her, you should have treated her like a daughter. I tried my best. You're sure not trying your best right now. You need to come here before she leaves and explain everything. I can't. I'm sorry. I'll see you in the morning. I'm so sorry, Sally. Richard and I couldn't stay there any longer. Clearly, Mom wasn't going to show up. Wait! I was just texting her! Too late. I know you tried, but obviously this family is more broken than you thought. You're right. It is. I'll miss you. Come back, please! There's something you need to know about Mom. I think we know enough. Please. I need to tell you face to face. You know you can't handle face-to-face conversations. Fine. I'm just going to say it. Mom said that she isn't your real mother. She lied to us all our lives. Your real mom is Aunt Kathy. She died during childbirth and Mom took you in and pretended you were her real daughter. Jen, are you there? I'm here. I guess Kathy had an affair with her boss. Which explains why she's so freaked out about how you and Richard met. Richard and I didn't have an affair. I know. But Mom's viewpoint on everything is so warped that she sees what she wants to see. So all my life, I thought my mother didn't love me. But in reality, I never had a mother at all. I am so sorry. You never deserved any of this pain. Well, I guess that explains everything. Bye, Sally. Wait! Please, come back. You still have me. Do I? I'm not even your sister anymore. I'm your cousin, I guess. No! Blood doesn't matter. You'll always be my sister. I'll always be here for you. It's too late, Sally. Jen? Jen! Sally, honey, I apologize about last night. I decided it would be better if I stayed with a friend. But I'm back now, and I'm having trouble getting into the house. I think there's something wrong with my key. Sally, I changed the locks. What? Mom, I'm only going to say this once, and then I'll block your number, okay? You aren't my mother. Did you misunderstand me last night? I am your mother. I'm just not Jen. No, a real mother stands by her children, biological or not. You never stood by Jen, even when she needed you most. And I never said anything because I was always afraid of hurting you and putting even more strain in our family. I'll live with that regret my whole life, but I'm finally going to do something about it. You are not welcome in my house anymore, and I will not think of you as my mother. That's ridiculous. Sally, you're being irrational. I know you love Jen and you're blind to her flaws, but don't be angry at me. Be angry at her poor decisions. She's following in Kathy's footsteps, and she's going to end up just like she did. Her only poor decision was loving you. And thankfully, she doesn't anymore. Neither do I. You can't do this to me. Where will I go? I don't know. Maybe go back to whatever guy you hooked up with last night. Stay with him. Oh, and I checked my bank account. You spent more of my money than I realized. So I've canceled that card, and I'm keeping all your stuff as payment for everything you owe me. I hope you understand. No! Let me in! Sorry, I can't. I'm with Jen and Richard right now. We're celebrating a new start. It's a little celebration. Family stuff. Obviously, you're not invited. Mom tried to contact me dozens of times after that, but eventually she got the hint and stopped trying. Ironically, she ended up staying with her cousin in another state, but the last I heard, she burned enough bridges there to be kicked out. I'm not sure where she'll end up, but it won't be with me. The relationship between Jen and I is better than ever. We're still sisters, and it's taking us a lot of time and therapy to deal with decades of resentment and jealousy, but we talk to each other almost every day. Honestly, I don't think I'd have had the strength to finally stand up to my mother if Jen hadn't forced me. None of this would have come to light if I hadn't been afraid of losing her forever. And as for Jen and Richard, they're engaged now. Their wedding is in the fall, but I've been helping out with most of the planning. Jen is a bit busy with her new promotion. I love my sister, and I couldn't be happier for her.